Okay. Hello? My oh uh, my stream just died. That's crazy. Okay. Hello. Are we back? We might be back. I don't know what happened. Okay. I don't know if I'm come back, but if I did, just refresh the stream. I think I had a lag spike happen. There's a lot of weird stuff going on with my internet provider right now. So just refresh if you can. Yeah, I'm still sick. I put it in the title. I'm still sick. Okay. I forgot where I was, so I'm just gonna continue talking about the dev blog once I realize everybody's back. Are we back? Can I get can I get emote spam in the chat to make sure everybody's back? That wasn't when it's to be back. Right now, your network is always stuck. True facts. Well, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so I don't have that many options, to be fair. All right, thank you. Okay, I will continue reading about the dev blog. This is gonna take a while. Hopefully, I don't disconnect again. I will do a recording talking about this. So, okay, the team tried to address the imbalance in various ways. We introduced priority pass. Okay, we already talked about this. There were additional drawbacks to role queue. I mentioned earlier that many discussions made improvements to the game cost match variety, the player freedom. Team compositions were now locked at 2-2-2. This was another step to move consistent experience within Overwatch, but sometimes the consistency can start to feel samey. There were some pretty exciting metas in pre-roll queue. World and swapping to hero to a different role mid-match was often much bigger change and more exciting than swapping to one of the same role, like hero limits. Role queue took away that part of freedom in selecting heroes that served as much as the base of Overwatch, but I often wonder if the success of it is as cut and dry as the hero limits. Could there be an in-between versions of softens and original problems without completely solving it? And it also isn't quite as restrictive as our current role queue system. A bit more on that later. Third major format change, as several these challenges, as long as longer queue times, led us to the third party major format change to the game. With the shift to 6v6 to 5v5 this is almost a blog within a blog. We're going to cover three things: why we switched to 5v5, why queue times after 5v5, what the team thinks of 6v6. Here we go. Why we switched to 5v5. There are many reasons to the transition of 5v5. We launched Overwatch 2 and we talked about a greater individual agency that players could have in 5v5. Overwatch is a team sport and requires players to rely on others to be more successful, which is great. But also, you have to realize that not many people are willing to work together in a forced way. So when people feel like they're forced to help other people out, it makes people instantly want to not help. So you have to, the problem has always been like, how willing are people to swap to help their fellow teammates? And the answer is not often, unless you're grouped up. And they took the look group finder away for that, which was also good because well, no, I wouldn't say it was good. I really liked the look group finder. When I was back into playing a lot of comp, I have like 100 hours on comp. That was back when I didn't have a lot of friends I could play Overwatch, but I would join look group finders to run teams. And since well, to be unfair, I was a tank player, so it didn't matter what team I joined on, people would just accept me anyway. So it was really nice for my, needing of attention. Look at those stray widows who won't switch. Yeah, I'm looking at one in the comments right now. Anyways. I'm kidding, not the answer, I'm kidding. Okay, but okay. Just the fuck. Okay, until the ultimate combos could be executed to break through 2 tanks worth of mitigation supported by high uncontested healing output, the world of 6v6 could have really high highs but really low lows. One of the design goals of 5UI was try to raise that floor, even though it was at the expense of some of those high moments. I think the problem with 5v5 with the highs is that you get one high per match, and then the rest of it is just middle poke ground fighting, which is a very low. So the problem that they thought was in Overwatch 1 is that there would be a lot of high moments, and then there was also a lot of low moments too. So it would go up and then instantly down, and then up and then instantly down. But in Overwatch 2, they raised the floor, so it's not as down, but it's still down much longer, and then one spike that wouldn't reach the same high as 6v6, but it would bump up only for it to go back down. And in game you could see this. Like the gameplay fundamental isn't as fun as it was in 6v6. I need to get the code for the 6v6 code that people have been playing, because I really want to try it, but also I play really late at night, and I think most of those people that queue for that are in the morning, unfortunately. So Overwatch 2 has a greater emphasis on FPS gameplay. There's less damage mitigation in CC. That's not true anymore. Players get to shoot at enemies more, which they're unkillable enemies, I would say. Like, I was watching Akari stream this game last night, and their Soldier 76 had 15k damage and only 4 kills. And we knew what that soldier was doing is he was only shooting the Roadhog. But the Roadhog doesn't die unless your supports allow you to kill the Roadhog. So there are about 1 to 130 minutes, much more time spent farming for ultimates. Yeah. Well, back in Overwatch 1, you could farm tanks for ult charge a lot easier. So ult fights were happening more frequent in Overwatch 1. So yeah. Okay. So here's all the CCs. A 5-second Sombra hack. Oh my gosh, I do not miss that. May freeze on her primary. It depends. I mean, May freeze, you could counterplay that a lot back in Overwatch 1, because Reinhardt shield would stop it. Brig could stop it. I mean, anybody with a barrier could stop it, and then you could have Lucio speed you out of it. So, I mean, it just depends. But yeah, I guess against other DPS and other supports, like Ana, was pretty oppressive. Brig Bash, which they fixed. Honestly, which is even worse now. Orisa Halt, which is, oh gosh, but they got rid of that, so you can't really count that. And Sigma Rock. Sigma Rock is a skill shot, though. I don't think that one counts. I feel like if you land a Sigma Rock, they deserve to be, take the effect of the thing. It's not like the Sombra hack. It's not like the Brig Bash. It's not like the May freeze. Okay, so counting Sigma Rock into that is kind of whack. I mean, you should have said cast flashbang, and I would have been like, oh, okay. But Sigma Rock is not really one of the ones I was worried about. Consecutively to one player, typically a tank who couldn't often survive this onslaught, at least in the game. Their real life mental health was another story. That happens more in Overwatch 2. We have so many clips of one tank taking every CC cooldown now. So like, we have the same problem in Overwatch 2. So you can't tell me that we've solved that problem. That problem has only ever been increased in Overwatch 2. There's less technical CCs, but being slowed is still a CC, you know? And other things like the hack grenade, which often worked better than Sombra's hack, was ridiculous for how long that lasted in the game. So that's where I kind of disagree, especially because I'm a tank player and I have never been as stressed out in Overwatch 1 than I have in Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 endlessly stresses me out more than Overwatch 1 ever did. Damage heroes often complain about their role was the least impactful relative to the strength of the super powerful tank synergies and support heroes undoing their playmaking. That problem was also due to supports, because Overwatch has always been a game where they're too afraid to nerf support healing. Okay, they've always been afraid to nerf supports. They say damage is the most played role, but the support players are the most vocal. Okay, so they're too afraid to nerf supports because that's the vocal, I wouldn't say minority, because the tanks are the vocal minority now in Overwatch 2, but a lot of people just don't care. It's just fine. I mean, it's gone on for so long. It just got really worse, and it's just been a constant downhill spiral. So then be buffed to oblivion. Yeah. Okay. Support heroes also had focused exclusively on their healing since there was bigger team health pools. Not anymore. Not anymore. Health pools in Overwatch 2 now surpass health pools in Overwatch 1 by a lot. Like, Roadhog's health is like, you stacked another Overwatch 1 Roadhog on another Overwatch 1 Roadhog and you have Overwatch 2 Roadhog. And Overwatch 2 Roadhog would definitely destroy Overwatch 1 Roadhog in a 2v1 setting. So like, don't tell me that the supports have to focus on healing their teammates when they have to do that already. Okay? Shooting, okay, so they talk about alt tracking, shooting barriers, and not big enough time windows to just shoot enemies and get eliminations. They don't do that anyways anymore because tanks just eat up the damage, but they get just a dopamine of like they're doing something, but they're not. That's how a lot of DPS players could rack up 20k damage but only have 3 kills, because they shoot at the unkillable tank. Okay. Oh my goodness. See, this is where I just start to disagree dramatically, but it's nothing wrong to do with him. I just think that that's wrong. I think it was just bad management. Well, bad management on the old Overwatch 1 team. Like, I don't think these problems weren't solvable. I think they were. I just don't think we had the right team to do it. I think that Aaron and his team could solve all the problems that Overwatch 1 had now, and they basically have. It was just a content drought was what killed Overwatch 1, and the lack of updates and balancing. That's it. Like, the 4 heroes that are the catalyst of Overwatch 1's downfall was Sigma, Orisa, Bap, and Brig. Everything that is wrong with Overwatch 1 always ties to those 4 characters. You can't tell me otherwise. And in Overwatch 2, what characters are the problem childs in Overwatch 2? Orisa, Hog, Malga, Sigma, most often. Now they've updated Ball, where Ball is literally unkillable. Okay, so Ball, I would include him in that. Kiriko, Immortality, Bap, and still Brig. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, to say that there was more problem children in Overwatch 1 than there are in Overwatch 2. It's just not true, because immortality and other stuff has just become so rampant in the game because of the format change. So I don't know though. Damn, you know he's sick when he pulls out the real voice. I can't even, like, this isn't even my real voice. This is just this is just lower than my regular voice. I feel like I'm listening to a different streamer. Also, hello. Oh, Johnny, you kind of are. I mean, we all change all through our lives, okay? And, you know, it's important to remember the people that we used to be, you know, because all of us are changing. We're not all the same people we were yesterday, because we all learn, we understand, we grow. Don't pull Levin's farewell speech out on me. I'll do it. It's one of my favorite speeches. I'll do it again. I will cry. Yeah. Number 11 was always my favorite doctor when I was growing up as a kid. You showed up to the community nights on Wednesday in the Discord. You would hear their real voice often. Yeah, I would talk in my real voice in community nights, because community nights are... 12 took my number 1 spot. Really? Peter Capaldi. That's... I mean, he had some great moments. I think he had really good moments. I just don't think... For me personally, I just don't think he topped what Matt Smith brought to the character. I think he did a lot of good playing off of what Matt Smith brought to the table, and even what David Tennant brought to the table, to that character. But I feel like some of Peter Capaldi's worst episodes really drag the season down, and I'm not saying they're bad episodes in particularly, but there was a lot of mid to not having the high moments as other doctors. But when Peter Capaldi had really good speeches and really good moments, when he talks about war and he talks about like finding himself and stuff, and he has one of the best episodes, I think, for a lot of the doctors, where he's in the time box, okay, and he spends like 4 billion or trillion years in there, and he's punching a diamond wall to break out. That episode is magnificent, but I just don't know. I just don't feel like it compares to like what Christopher Eccleston did with the character, and David Tennant and Matt Smith. I think they just have more overall just good episodes. I'm not saying they never had bad episodes, but I think for what they started with the character, I think they just added a little bit more. And I think Peter Capaldi is, I wouldn't say he's a bad doctor. I would say he's still one of the greater ones. But when I'm comparing him to everybody else, he just fits right in. I wouldn't say that he's bad. He's not my favorite. I think he's my number 4 though. I think he makes my top 5. I just don't think he's better than Matt or David or Eccleston. But I think he's better than most of the doctors that came before them. And I haven't really watched much after him, so I can't make a fair judgment on the doctors after. Thorn, I'm on limited time. You can only... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a talker. I rant. All right. Okay, so. Okay, here we go. The queue time arguments. This is the chart that shows the queue times from 6v6 to 5v5. Oh, okay, well that did not do anything. But as you can see, Overwatch post roll, this is the damage roll. So it was 7.6 minutes per wait in Overwatch 1. But this is where I disagree with a lot of what he's about to say here, because a lot of this is taken from the dead years of Overwatch 1. He's saying I respect it, but he's still at least one of my favorites. That's totally fine. That's totally fine, Mukpai. I think that's very valid. I can understand why people would put him in the #1 spot for their doctor. Like, I totally get it. But just on a personal basis for me, like I was mostly a teen at the time when he was a doctor, and I just stopped watching after he was done because I got onto other stuff. I just don't know. I just don't think he just had the emotional impacts that the other doctors had on me when I was growing up. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's bad. I think he's good. I think what he did to the role with the doctor was very good. I think he had a lot of fun playing it. All right, sorry. But as you can see right here, the tank role didn't change that much. The support role changed. It got cut in half. The DPS role is still a long wait. So that's what we've all been saying, is that the only argument I give 5v5 is queue times. But my counter argument has always been, do you want 10 crappy matches or 5 good matches? And my argument has always been like, but I know what I'm saying is biased, okay? Because I'm speaking for like the try-hard players that really want to have like good fun. I'm not talking about the people that are casual, that are quiet about the game, but want to hop in and out whenever they feel like the people that can only play for a short amount of time, which is a big chunk of the Overwatch's player base, which is what he talks about down here. But I've always been one of the persons that like I would rather have a quality match more than just a pile of dump, you know? Because I'll get punished. End up losing either way. My supports won't switch, or our tank gives up because the other team is dominating and our DPS only shoot at the tank and can't hit shots to save their lives. That's so true. That's happened so many times in Overwatch as we played. All right. Okay. The biggest factor of driving the difference between Overwatch and Overwatch 2 is queue times. Yep, we all knew that already. We hear players speculate on long queue times as a result of not enough players in playing Overwatch. That isn't the case. I feel like that is the case because we went from a $60 paywall to being free to play. So obviously I feel like that opens up a floodgate amount of people that are willing to join the game. Okay? And I disagree heavily with anybody says it wouldn't matter if there was a $60 paywall or if it was free to play off the get-go. I think that matters hugely, especially in the ecosystem that we're in today, where most of the games that are played consistently every day are free to play live service games. So
It kind of smells. What the? Like a baka.
Company Rat, thank you for the 10 bits. Hi, I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Company Rat. Welcome in. Okay. Regardless of the amount of players in game, okay, wait. The sharp drop off in queue times in October of 2022 is when Overwatch 2, along with 5v5, shipped. The queue times of all heroes dropped in now much shorter than they were in 6v6. That is so, like, that's not fair of a comparison. If you're comparing, it'd be more fair if you compared the increase of when Overwatch 1 first started compared to the Overwatch 2 first launched. I'd like to see those numbers back when it first started. I feel like comparing the numbers in 2022 alone, the game had been dead for 4 years with no content. Because it came with a few skins, I think. Yeah. You got candy? Nice. Why was I put in the box of shame? How could you? Just flipping the switch and returning to 6v6 would likely cause return of previous match queues, times, or worse. Regardless of the amount of players, queue times are always reflective of how many people are queued per role. In other words, the main driver of increased queue times is ratio of players queued in each role. Since there are less queuing as tank, queues would likely go back to the way they are. Yeah, but my counter argument to that is, like, if you look at the data right now, or well, I guess before season 11, because we don't know that, but season 8 to season 10, we had a 10% drop off of players every season. So I don't know what you're saying. Like, if you give this game 4 years, dude, we're gonna have the same queue time issues as we did before. Like, that's what I'm seeing, because like the tank players just don't want to play because the role is so stressful. It's the most stressful role there is. Okay, what are you setting? The red accepted his fate. Okay, not the answer. I'll just get put in the box. Oh my goodness. Regardless of the amount of players in queues are reflective of how many people per. Okay, we've already talked about that. Thoughts on 6v6. Okay, so geez, it's so long. All right, we got a ways to go still. We're on the thoughts of this game. The game started its life with 6 players on each team. I discussed why we moved away from 6v6, but that doesn't mean it's without any merit. There are moments in madness that could happen with 12 players in a match that just don't quite coalesce. I don't know how to say that. When there are 10, it was too much to keep track of. Correction, it was too much to keep track of at times, and it was part of the charm. There was big moments in Overwatch 2, but they don't quite have the same chaotic over the feeling of them. The part of the chaos always allows the player to feel less pressure and extra time to slack for one of the performing poorly. Yeah, it allows you to pick up slack for someone performing poorly, which has always been good. Always. Aurora. Ow. Miley. Hello, Miley. I knew you. It's one of the last weeks when you were work drinking. What?
25 drinks so much? Man, I'm feeling silly.
Oh my gosh. I'm sick. I put it in the title, but I shoved it towards the back of the title, so you might not have seen it. All right. I am sick though. I have a fever of 100 and something right now, and my throat hurts, and I got problems doing the breathing, you know. So I'm a little bit slower than I am. So yeah, I have cough drops. I have exactly 4 cough drops left, and I ran out of tea. My tea remaining has gotten cold, so I cannot drink that anymore. All right. Okay, we went over part of the chaos. Okay, yeah. Teams would fold a bit slower than they do now. When we went over some of the issues of tank synergies earlier, by having 2 of them allowed to focus on protecting their backline with the other holding and pushing forward into the enemy team. The tank role had a lot of depth and understanding on how to work with the other tank in the team. It was part of the mastery curve, took a long time to learn, and a small group of people devoted to it. It was part of the allure. We mentioned the difficulty of balancing tanks in 6v6 in the past year and a half, showing us that there are issues balancing tanks for 5v5 as well. For much of Overwatch 2, tanks have been fairly balanced, but when one of them becomes overpowered, a powerful outlier like Malga that can strongly be felt in the world of one tank. Yeah, Malga, Hog, Orisa, the gets nerfed with a mega sledgehammer and then slowly buffed back into meta, because sustain in Overwatch 2 is always more important than anything else you could argue for. Because the tank will always be the bullet sponge, so sustaining that pressure is always more important than doing anything else. Which is why Ball has been popping up a lot more, because he's good at disrupting teams and then having people focus on him while he runs away and gets fully healed up by the passives and health packs. Then he engages faster, which makes him more of a problem. Moo. Okay. I'm gonna have to go blow my nose here in a bit, but I'm hoping to get through this. Okay, I'm not gonna get through that. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. Got him. How could you? Okay. What? That was all set up. I think it's more important. Oh yeah. I think I've put more effort into this than an essay I wrote in college. So where do we go from here? At the end of the day, we want to make the game that players want to play. Because of the challenges mentioned previously, we are focusing on making 5v5 the best experience that it can be. However, we operate as a service to our players. We always remained open-minded into reevaluating our decisions based on your actions and feedback to give the best game experience we can, rather than to introduce a disruptive, permanent change to the game. We prefer to explore the space further and make changes based off that exploration. Have you successfully blown your nose? Yes, I have. I might have to go up and get a cup of water in the future, but I think I can make it through this without it. And then we're gonna play 2v8 with on Dead by Daylight. I just wanted you to sleep to get better. I feel bad for you. It's okay. I'm good. I'm good. Like, guys, I'll be fine. It's just the sickness. You know, I'm not gonna die from being sick, I hope. I mean, I guess there's always that chance. Like, there's a 10% chance that I could die. But, like, that's 10% out of 90. Like, you know, I'm gonna spin the wheel of fortune. I'm most definitely gonna land on the 90. So don't worry. It'll be fine. Alright. 6v6 is back now? No. We'll talk about it. Our cutie is sick. Yes, I am cute and I am sick. But I am Sick Thorn. Got sick for my birthday. Yeah, sorry. I've been sick for the past few days. I've been sick for at least 4 days. I just seem to be getting a little bit worse. All right, but enough about me. We got a format to focus on. With that said, we're looking at running a series of events to try out different core team compositions formats for Overwatch 2. The community has just once or twice suggested a test. Why not put various forms of 6v6 in the game in order to gauge the results? We agree, and based on your feedback, we are exploring to test different forms of 6v6 to gauge the results. This is taking some time. Listen, this better not be 3 DPS, 1 tank, and 2 supports. Okay? And this better not be 2 tanks, 3 DPS, and 1 support. This better be 2-2-2 to start with. Okay? Now that has me a little bit worried. I mean, if it's maybe one support, maybe that'll be fine, because I feel like supports are better equipped to run solo than tanks are. But you know, I hope it's 2-2-2 and not 1-3-2 or 2-3-1 to get DPS queue times down. DPS queue times are always going to be the hardest one to solve, but I feel like 1-2-3, they would never do 3 supports in the game. Maybe they would actually. I mean, it could happen, but 3 supports would make everything unkillable. All right. The first and honestly largest reason we need to do this in a way that allows the game to have optimized technical performance, I'm referring to frame rate memory constraints. With 12 players in a match, there has been a few upgrades since Overwatch 2. He's talking about the Switch. There's no way he's talking about the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4. He's talking about the Switch. Didn't Fortnite have to remove the game from the Switch too? That's not your fault. I don't feel like. No? Okay. But he's definitely talking about the Switch. There's no way he's not. Because I don't believe that he's talking about the Xbox or the PlayStation. That would be impossible. Maybe he's talking about the Google Stadia? Do you guys still play on the Google Stadia? Do any of you play on Google Stadia? I mean, if you're playing on Google Stadia. Existed over a year ago. Then I don't see the problem. So no one. All right. Okay. Let's continue. He's talking about upgrades. This would be a large effort that would most likely take at least several seasons to accomplish. Okay, that's fine. I mean, everything takes them several seasons to accomplish, so probably not. Well, the earliest we'll see this is season 14, season 16, probably. Maybe, so like a year from now. Okay, another issue is one that still gives me anxiety about opening the Pandora's box is what to do with queue times. If enough players prefer 6v6 to keep some form of it around, the team is not able to solve its issue previously. While we have some ideas, there's no guarantee they will work. My answer to that has always been just like the tank role just needed more variety. It just needs more variety of tanks. We have that now. I don't think the same issue will happen. Like, the problem is that there was always a lack of content in Overwatch 1. There was always a lack of content. So the Google Stadia thing was a joke. That was a punchline. Guys, stop researching it. I know nobody plays it. That was a punchline to a joke. Most people would just say a heinous thing and not even say a punchline. Yeah. Okay. Oh, don't be sad, not the answer. Pat, it's okay. We want to be openly mindful, not to frustrate those who like the game as it is today, which is a lot of people. A lot of people that I don't fucking know. I mean, unless they're big streamers, I haven't seen anybody, and I might be in a closed box for all I know, but I haven't seen anybody really defend 5v5 except for one hate commenter I got on my Overwatch The Fall of Casual Play video. But even then, like, most of those people conceded the argument when I talked to them, and I wasn't trying to bully them. It's just like, dude, I'm an ancient player on this game. I've been around since before it dropped. Like, I've tried to be with Marvel Rivals. And dude, come on. Here, what I'll say is Marvel Rivals, dude, a lot of people are gonna swap to that game. You know, Marvel Rivals is gonna drop before cough cough.
Cough, cough, TikTok, cough, cough.
Oh my gosh. Cough cough TikTok. That's probably true. TikTokers are not very smart. In fact, they see other experience in Overwatch 2, like 5v5. Okay, but here's the thing. There's a lot of people that have already made 6v6 back in creator codes. So I'm pretty sure you could easily transfer that over if you just get permission. I mean, and then you just have to soft balance update it. And I think you could have 6v6 out in like not that long. I guess on a larger scale, I guess they would have to prepare the servers for that. I don't know. I was being cheeky when I was talking, commenting on it. I was like, why can't we get a Star Wars Battlefront 2 conquest mode, do 50v50, you know? I want 50v50. I don't think we have enough people with us right now, but we can try to find the code. Yeah, I'll have to join. I think Samito is one of the people that has a code for it, so I would probably have to join his Discord server and see if I can get it. It's 5052. I'll join your code. Oh my. I'm gonna jump on the soapbox for a moment. When you look at the changes to Overwatch since its inception, it's clear that many of those have reduced some variety within an Overwatch match. We get feedback from some players that Overwatch can feel the same from game to game. While much of this gets attributed to 5v5, we feel that there is more at play besides running experiments with 6v6. We try to run some of the re-examined ways we've tried to solve previous problems with specifically goal of bringing some of the freedom back to Overwatch. Match without severity of issues accompanied it. For instance, we think we could be other ways of there could be other ways of putting a team together that aren't quite as rigged as a set composition. Rigged? Are you serious? Wait, the matches have been rigged from the start in Overwatch 2? I knew it. Anyways, okay, that's a that's a joke. Okay, we'll be running at least one quick play hacked based on the idea in season 13. This better not be a disingenuous like season 13. That's pretty close. That's a lot closer than I thought. That'll be at the end of the year. So, because we're almost to season 12 now. So, while I do like you, or your normal voice, you being sick, you're obviously are deeper, and I do like that. Well, Miley, I appreciate it. I'm glad you can enjoy my voice in all forms, you know, even though some are obviously more enjoyed than others, but I'm glad. But my voice shouldn't be topic of conversation. There are some gotchas in this direction, but after reading 400 pages of this blog, I hope you're all able to see the trade-off to many of the decisions that go into this game, and into any game, really. Okay, so here's to wrap it up. Your feedback has driven thoughtfully implemented the new ideas. Millions of players who jump into Overwatch each season. We are owned any benefit as a community as a whole. Ultimately, the Overwatch team wants to continue building the game that you want to play season after season. This blog, or thesis rather, is just to start the conversation. That isn't the last time we're going to be getting into 5v5 or 6v6. We can't wait to share more about our plans in the future. In closing, we appreciate you so much. We love to seeing your passion for the dedication of the game, the team for, and Overwatch community. The team hears you, and we are incredibly Thankful to be on this ride with you, with all of you. Can't wait to share more in the upcoming months, and let's make a great game together. This is why I think he could do it. I think he could, his team, Team 4, could balance Overwatch 1 easily. And with the amount of like content we're getting now, albeit some of it I've been critical on, and I don't think it's very good at times when it's just a bunch of recolors, but to get the flow of the original game back would be great, and I feel like they could do it. I feel like they could do it better than the old team did when they left it for dead. So, do I have disagreements on the fundamentals of some stuff like the Mythic Reinhardt skin and other stuff with their cosmetics and how they run that? Yes. Do I think that Team 4 is responsible for that stuff? No. I think they do their job in balancing the game for what they try to do very well. Even though some of the changes I don't feel like have a major impact because they don't attack. They try to attack the pain points that tanks and other roles have, but sometimes they hit the mark and sometimes they really, really miss the mark. And I feel like I've been extra critical on them because I just want the game I played a long time ago back. I want 6v6 back. I know I'm biased on that, but I feel like that now that they're talking about it, I was ready to say, all right, I'm quitting Overwatch for Marvel Rivals. I was ready to do that if they said that they were going to give up entirely on 6v6 and they're never bringing it back. But they say that they're bringing it back and they're going to try to get it to work. And I can't be mad about that. Although that there's some things that I do disagree with a lot of what they're doing. Like, I think that they are going to make the right decision with bringing 6v6 back. And they said that they're going to bring it back for whiles. So that's good in the sense that it'll get the nostalgia bite out of the way, right? And then we'll get honest opinions after weeks down the line. And we'll see if casual players, like, I wouldn't say me because I'm biased into 6v6. But I would say the Overwatch 2 casual player that likes 5v5 and see if they actually like 6v6 more. Do I think tank synergies were oppressive? I think that there was 2 bad tanks, 2 bad supports that forced a oppressive playstyle into the game. Do I think 5v5 is the way that that's run is oppressive? I think almost everything to do with 5v5 is oppressive, right down to the core mechanics of the game. I genuinely do not have, I still have fun with the game. Otherwise, if I didn't enjoy the game by like a 0%, obviously I would have left this game a long time ago, but I don't enjoy it as much as I used to enjoy 6v6. I feel like that's where I'm coming from. Like, I still enjoy the game and I enjoy the characters more, but with no content being given on what was promised, I feel like we lost a better game going over to Overwatch 2. So I'm glad that they're going to try to bring back 6v6. Maybe not bring it back fully, like they might do their tests and stuff and it might be, well, that's it guys, we're sticking with 5v5, screw you. That could always happen, but the fact that they're going to try gives me hope. I think season 12 is going to be a dead season besides Juno. I think Juno is going to be really fun. I really enjoyed playing Juno last week when she was available. I think if Juno came out instead of Bap or Kiriko, I think the game would be a lot different because the way that character works is you have to be good with that character to get value off of them. So, you know. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to blow my nose again. I'll be right back. I gotta do it. I can't breathe. I'm gonna shout like this, yo, and I'm not gonna be gone. 1 second. Okay. I hate having a nail biting habit. I accidentally bit it
Have
too
you
much.
ever heard of
And now it
Among
hurts.
Us, Gregory?
Ouch. Well, not the answer. You just gotta stop chomping and chomping and chomping, chomping and chomping and chomping, chomping and chomping. Okay. You just threw my old model at me, Koji. How could you? All right, gamers. That's the dev blog. Now let's go ahead and have a bit of a conversation about that. Cause now that we're done talking about it, we can talk about it. Old model attack. Hello, Koji, you adorable little punk.
I'll stop biting my nails when you stop complaining about Overwatch.
Oh, never? I mean, maybe never. I'm still trying to get the key for Marvel Rivals, but it keeps saying that they're out. I watched a streamer for an hour and a half right at hour 0 for nothing. I'm sad. I'll never get a key to that game. It's ridiculous. Oh wow. I'll just have to play that game when that game comes out. I'll play one. Not the answer. Are you on? You are not on. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and swap over to Dead by Daylight now, because they have a new game mode that I want to try, even though I don't like Dead by Daylight as much, because I think the game is just inherently bad. So I don't know. It would just depend. BDB. All right. Oh yeah, they also added the Reinhardt hammer. Reinhardt hammer. Look at that. They have it in a bundle. Everybody likes bundles. Doesn't like DBD, playing DBD. That's a lot of people though. That's like 90% of the player base for DBD. Witchy, are you still here? Are you here to play DBD with me? Because I will not be playing that game alone. There is no way in hell I can do that. If you're not here, I'm gonna cry. All right. Yeah, I'm here for now. All right, for now. What does that mean? Isn't DVD free in Steam right now? I don't know. That's a good question. I already own it on Steam, so I wouldn't know. It wouldn't show up for me. But there we go. We're done talking about Overwatch for now. I'll save my rant for my video that I'm gonna make tonight after stream. I'll make a video talking about it. My honest thoughts and opinions on the dev blog, and then I'll have that uploaded tomorrow. So no, my Wi-Fi gives up on me. I hope it hello Sammy, how you doing? You're honest, or you're honest? Unis honest. Unis honest. Unis honest. Yes, we get it. Lara Croft is in the game, but we want to check out 2 versus 8, baby. Let's go ahead and update our game. Okay, there we go. Are we doing killer? Yes, yes we are. Yes we are. We are doing killer. We're going to do the game that we do the game. We're gonna game with the game. All right. Uh-oh. I did 2-2 PPS. There we go. There we are. There we are. There we are. Okay. How do we do this, Witchy? Hello, Tafuki. Hello, Sammy. Look at you guys celebrating, wiggling, adorable. Adorable. Thank you for lurking, Sammy. Absolutely adorable. Alright, let's see. Nice. Hi, this is not official. How are you? Normal voice Lord. You know, I'm not sick or anything, so my voice is totally normal. I would say I'm sick. Even though it says in the title that I'm sick, Taff. I know, but I'm not. I'm not sick. I promise. I promise to nobody. Okay. Sicko. I go that sicko mode. All right. Yeah. Sounds like a womp womp. That laugh you did was sick though. Wow. It was. Sounds like a womp womp. You're a womp womp. Nerd. Is this DBD? This is DBD. I just switched off of Overwatch. We were talking about Overwatch for the past hour and a half. DBD also had an update for 2 versus 8. This is not official. That's funny saying that while saying that. But this is official. So we are trying out the new game mode 2 versus 8 in Dead by Daylight. There's just a lot of content to cover tonight. So we're trying to get through all of it, but there's a lot of subject matter here. But we had a whole conversation. Is it good content? Well, I don't know. We're gonna find out. Usually I don't like DBD as much, but I'm willing to try. I think 2 versus 8 could be interesting. It just depends. All right. All right, this is taking a while. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a drink of water real quick because I ran out of water, so I need to go grab more. So give me just a moment. I will be right back to get water. I appreciate you guys always. waiting. Jeez. Okay. Are we even in queue? Well, look at, oh, we are looking for a match. Alright, I'm back. Hello. Is it free to play? Dead by Daylight? I don't think so. I don't know. They might have it on sale, but usually I think it's around 40 bucks. Overwatch 2, the game we were talking about, is free to play. So, taking forever, lol. Yeah, I know. There's 40,000 people watching Dead by Daylight. You think some of them would be playing the game mode too. Ah. Don't push yourself too hard today. Thank you, Bubby Bun. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. I'll be okay. Ugh. Bottom. Who are you calling a bottom? Not me. I'm playing the killer. I can't be a bottom. You're drunk? No, I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm not drunk. I'm just under the weather. I know I sound like a train wreck. But I'm not drunk. Dead by queuing. That's hilarious. I love that. That is good. I wonder if people read. No. Stare. No. You want to stare at me? Stare into my eyes? I'm gonna get you sick too. Well, you know. Let me see if I can try to do my regular stream voice. Hello, gamers! Oh, welcome to your channel! Heck no. Oh, stop. I saw it move for an inch. Did we find a match? No. No. How could you? No. Oh. How could you? Oh, gee. How could you? Way to go, superstar. Superstar. Way to go, superstar. Way to go, superstar. So will Judo return in about the middle of August? Yes, so 3 weeks from now, yeah. Yes. Judo will return 3 weeks from now. We just went over a lot of 5v5 versus 6v6 conversation. So, Judo will return. 6v6 is going to return in season 13 for an arcade or quick play hack, is what they said. TLDR. By 150, we should switch to Survivor, see if it's taking just as long. Might have to skip tonight. Maybe. Yeah, we could do that if you want. No, not Ada Wong. It's very basic. No, no, Ada Wong. That was pretty basic. Oh, oh. Days. Oh, we could do a little fox mask. That's cute. Oh, ho, 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 oh. Yo, ho, 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 ho. Oh man, dude. She's braver than like me, dude, and she's not even sick. Jeez. It's 151. You want to swap to survivors now? All right. I invited Belle because Belle told me to invite them if I'm ever playing. I know. I think Belle is still streaming though, right? I haven't checked my lurk. I'm pretty sure Belle is still streaming. Let me look. I might have. I don't know if I made them mad or not.
Why do dermatologists?
I have no. I get hit with a fat ad. Sad. There's just no survivors playing. Got it. This wow. There's too many killers being played. They aren't even playing DBD. I know. All right. That's funny though. Medic! Probably. We'll probably be in queue time for an hour. Oh yeah. Wow, look at that girl in front of me. Jeez. Yo, she really came prepared to not wear nothing. Oh boy. We all spawned together. Oh, they both went for me. No, don't do it. No! No! He outsmarted me. How could you? Oh, I'm dead instantly. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm in a box. Hey, thanks. Appreciate you. Oh, gosh, this is gonna be hard. At least we're farther away, right? So it's harder to puppy guard. Oh crap. Ah, oh, jeez. Come on. See ya, sucker. Oh, he knows. He's too smart for that shit. He knows. He's trapped up the thing. No. Oh no. Oh crap. No shit. No! Leave me alone! You tunneling biatch. Don't do it. No! I'm dead. Oh man, I still hate Dead by Daylight. All right. Let's see how Witchy's doing. Oh shit, I forgot to I AFK'd for all the entire summer, not watching your live streams. What does that even mean? Sounds like a skill issue. True. Dang, that's a lot of skill issuing. Oh, watch the. Okay. Hopefully somebody saves Witchy. How loud this game, right? The background sounds and everything are really quiet, but once the people start screaming, it's like super loud. Hello, F1 the Great, how you doing? This reminds me of some games with that style. What's it? Oh, yeah, Identity 5 is a funny, goofy little Dead by Daylight clone. All the puppets. They had a crossover with the Death Note, right? No, Witchy's dead. What's up, Nothing Answer? If you're about to ask me to turn it down, I will try. I'll turn it down that much. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I'm doing all right. I'm still a bit sick, F1 the Great. But I'm hanging it there. I'm trying my best. Is that... Thanks for the thumbs up, buddy. Thanks. I appreciate that. Dislike or something. We used to play it. It is free on mobile game. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna change to being... Yeah, I don't think I'll run this one. The Guide. Yeah. Whoever did the screams definitely had rent due. True. I'm gonna be Nicolas Cage. That'd be cool. Sword drawing. Drawing swords. Swords. That's pretty cool. This is a, you know, this is a very horror game because we got a lot of skimpy clothes wearing people and a lot of people that.
How about you, Nicolas Cage, these new?
Wow. You want me to do Nicholas? You want me to do Nickel and Cage your nuts? That would be CBT, right? Yeah, I'm a sword fan. Do you watch Shadowversary? Shadowversary, right? That's a sword channel I see. They do a lot of sword stuff. Shadowversary. Shadowversary. There's also another weapons channel I like watching. The Slingshot channel. The German guy made the instant Legolas. It was pretty cool. It's basically a bow and arrow with a mag or a clip